5.1 Everyday Dilemmas 1.
I work in an office with a huge stationery cupboard. Do you think it's okay to take envelopes and pens home for my personal use?
Well, you shouldn't really. It's not allowed. So it is actually stealing.
The thing is, I'm seriously underpaid for the amount of work I do.
2.
I've just found a £20 note on the floor in the university library. Should I hand it in?
Yes, you must, of course. I'm sure whoever's lost it will ask if it's been found.
I don't trust that man on the desk, though. He seems to hate students.
3.
My partner often leaves the email inbox open on his laptop when he's out of the room. Is it wrong to have a look through his emails sometimes?
Of course it is. You need to give people some privacy, even in a relationship.
But I've noticed lots of emails from a girl I've never heard him talk about.
4.
That shop assistant has given me too much change. I don't know whether to go back and tell her.
You probably should. They sometimes take it out of their wages if cash is missing.
She was incredibly rude to me, though.
5.
I didn't enjoy that meal at all. Do you think we should leave a tip?
We don't have to leave one if we don't want to.
But the waitress was really nice.
6.
My friend says I don't need to buy the book for my university course. He'll make me photocopies of his. It doesn't seem wrong to me. What do you think?
It's not just that it's wrong, it's illegal. You know you're not allowed to make copies.
But the book costs a fortune to buy.
7.
Oh, no! I've dropped the sausages on the kitchen floor.
They look fine. Do you think it's all right to serve them?
You can't give people food that's been on the floor.
It's very clean, though, and I don't know what else to give them.
8.
My laptop's picking up the neighbour's Wi-Fi and it knows the password from when she used it here. Do you think there's anything wrong with me using it?
Oh, you mustn't use it without asking her. It might end up costing her more.
No, I know she has unlimited broadband. And it's only while mine is broken.
5.2 Breaking the Rules Conversation 1.
I can't believe it. We had to pay a fine for taking our kids on holiday in school term time.
Well, they're trying to put a stop to it. And to be honest, I don't think parents should make their kids miss school for a holiday.
That's because you haven't got kids. You don't have to pay the ridiculous prices they charge for flights during school holidays.
You don't need to go abroad on holiday. You should take them somewhere in this country.
Oh yeah. Very relaxing. Trying to keep 3 kids happy when it's cold and raining.
Conversation 2.
Do you see those 2 men over there?
Yeah? What about them?
They're smoking. They shouldn't be smoking in here.
Well, they are standing near the door.
It doesn't matter. You're not allowed to smoke anywhere in a public building. Everyone knows that. Do you think I should tell them to stop?
No, you mustn't get involved. They'll probably get all aggressive about it. Just ignore them.
No, we can't just sit here and do nothing. I think someone has to say something. Excuse me.
Conversation 3.
What an unpleasant man.
Well, you did nearly walk into him. I've told you before, you've got to stop texting when you're walking along the road.
I can text wherever I want to, thank you.
No, he had every right to tell you to watch where you're going. You can't walk along like that with your head down expecting everyone else to walk around you.
Well, he didn't need to be quite so rude.
I think you're the one who's being rude. If you must text while you're out shopping, you should stop somewhere and get out of everyone's way.
Oh, come on, everyone does it. You can't stop every time you want to look at your phone.
5.3 School Rules 1880 1.
Boys and girls had to enter the school through different doors.
2.
Children had to call teachers sir or ma'am.
3.
Children weren't allowed to ask questions.
4.
The children had to stand up to answer questions.
5.
Children didn't have to do any sports.
6.
In the afternoon, boys had to do woodwork while girls had to do cooking and needlework.
7.
Children weren't allowed to use their left hand for writing.
8.
Female teachers weren't allowed to get married.
5.4 Rules for Life. 1. Ellie.
Oh, I love this quote so much. I think about it every time I'm on the dance floor. It's definitely the best way to have a good time. Well, other people aren't really paying attention to how I'm dancing, are they? They're all worrying about how well they're dancing. Now, the bit about loving, that's easier said than done. It's a lovely idea, but unfortunately human beings do have a very long memory for being hurt. And the singing bit, I can do that, no problem. In the shower. I know my family can hear me singing, but they never complain. Probably because they're even worse singers than I am.
2. Dan.
It makes me smile, that quote. I'd heard it before, actually, as a joke, about this man, Michael. He's very religious, but he's always moaning while he's praying to God and complaining that his prayers are never answered. He keeps saying, "Look, God, you don't have to answer all my prayers, but how about just this one thing? I mean, it happens to someone every week, so why can't it be me?" After years of this, God finally loses his patience and speaks to the man. "Michael, you've got to help me out here. Just buy a ticket, will you?" It's good because it shows that when we moan about our lives and say we're fed up with the way things are, we can't just sit and wait for new opportunities to come to us. We've got to do our bit too.
3. Amanda.
Oh, I know that one. It's a quote from Kierkegaard, the philosopher. I kind of hate it, actually, because it's one of the things I find most difficult about life. I mean, you learn lessons from what you've done wrong, but you can't go back and do it again and do it better. So, yes, as he says, we have to live life forwards, but I'm sorry, sometimes I can't help desperately wishing I could go back and do something again and get it all right.
4. Mark.
Both of these quotes really make me laugh. That one's actually true. If I see that the remote is on the other armchair, I will sometimes stay with the programme longer, and I might then change my mind about switching over. And it says something about modern life, the amount of choice we have, and how easy it is to keep switching from one thing to another. I'm just ancient enough to remember when there were only 3 or 4 TV channels, and you had to walk over to the TV to change them. So you didn't very often. And the internet doesn't help. Oh, I'm bored with this article. Click. Here's something else. I'm getting bored again. Click. I think this other quote is my favourite, though. It's hilarious. Things do seem to go a certain way on different days, don't they? And I'm certainly having a statue day today.
5.5 Have got to. 1.
Is your mum away?
Yeah, so Dad's got to do all the cooking.
2.
Where's my phone? I've got to call Jim.
It's where you left it, on the table.
3.
Can I go out now, Mum?
No, you've got to do your homework first.
4.
Have some more tea.
Thanks, but I've got to go now.
5.6 Part 3.
One of the students raised her hand. Yes, Kirsty? What about the beer? What does that represent? Ah, I'm glad you picked up on that, said the professor, smiling. That's just to show that no matter how full your life seems, you can always find space for a drink with some friends.
5.7. Separable or inseparable? 1. I managed to get through the day.
I managed to get through it.
2. We both can't get over the shock.
We both can't get over it.
3. You'll need to look these words up.
You'll need to look them up.
4. Why on earth did you bring his divorce up?
Why on earth did you bring it up?
5. We'll look after your cat while you're away.
We'll look after it while you're away.
6. I'll go over my notes before the exam.
I'll go over them before the exam.
7. Do you take after your father or your mother?
Do you take after him or her?
8. They'll pick Carla up at the airport.
They'll pick her up at the airport.
5.8. Polite requests and offers. 1.
Is there any chance you could lend me £20?
I've only got £15. Would that be enough?
2.
Do you want me to record that film later?
Oh, yeah, do. We can watch it when I get back.
3.
Would you mind moving your car?
Oh, sorry. I didn't realise you couldn't get out.
4.
Could I borrow a pen for a second?
Sure. I think this one works okay.
5.
Can I give you a hand with those bags?
Thanks, that'd be great. I did a mega shop.
6.
Would you mind if I opened the window?
No, go ahead. It is very stuffy in here.
7.
Is there anything I can do to help?
No, the meal's nearly ready. Just sit down and relax.
8.
I could give you a lift into town if you want.
Oh, brilliant. Could you drop me at the station?
9.
Could you show me how you made that bold?
Yeah, I used the keyboard shortcut, Control B.
10.
I'll bring some food round if you like.
Oh, yes, please. I've got nothing in the fridge.
$5.9.
Can you move your car?
Can you move your car?
5.10.
Could you confirm that by email, please? Could I possibly use your phone charger? Would you mind if I asked you a personal question?
5.11. Requests and offers. 1.
Hi, it's me again. I've just realised I've got a doctor's appointment at 11 tomorrow morning. Could we possibly meet at 12 instead?
No problem. I could meet you for a working lunch if that's better.
That would be great.
OK, let's make it 12:30 then, in the canteen.
2.
Would you mind if we didn't go out to eat tonight? I'd really like to watch the football live.
No, that's fine. Would you like me to get a takeaway?
Oh, that'd be amazing.
OK, I'll get an Indian. And I might just watch some of the match with you.
3.
So how's my favourite grandson? How's school?
It's okay. Doing fine.
Liam, would you mind not texting while I'm talking to you? It's very rude.
Oh, really sorry, Gran. It was something really important. I'll put it away now.
4.
I hope you've enjoyed your stay with us.
Yes, we have. The room was lovely, with such a great view.
Good. Now, can I get you a taxi?
No, thanks. Our friends have come to give us a lift to the airport.
5.12. Writing for talking. 1. How to save a wet phone.
Have you ever dropped your phone in water or spilled a drink on it? If so, you're not alone. 1/3 of phones are lost because of water damage, and it doesn't always help if they're waterproof. Well, I can't promise anything, but today I'm going to tell you how you may be able to save a wet phone. First, you must get the phone out of the water as soon as possible. I know that might seem obvious, but it's important to realise that every second it's in the water, the more likely it is to be too damaged to repair. So don't stand there panicking and shouting, "Oh no!" Just rescue it immediately. Next, you must switch the phone off straight away to stop water damaging the electrical circuits. If it was off when it got wet, you must leave it off. You mustn't switch it on to see if it's working. Of course, you're dying to find out if it is, but switching it on at this point is the worst thing you could do. Now wipe off any water from the outside of the phone using some paper towels. Then gently shake the phone so that any water inside has a chance to come out. After that, you need to dry out the inside of the phone as much as possible. Don't use a hairdryer to try and dry it quickly. That might seem like a good idea, but the heat will do even more damage to the phone. It needs to dry out nice and slowly. So, get some uncooked rice and put it in a plastic box or bag and put the phone in the middle of the rice. Close the box or bag so that the air can't get in, and then leave it for about 48 hours. While it's drying out, you mustn't keep opening it to see what's happening. Be patient. After 48 hours, you can take it out and try switching it on. You might be lucky and find the phone is working perfectly. But be careful. You should back up everything on your phone as soon as you can, because there may still be a problem and it could stop working again later. Finally, if you need to take it to a repair shop or return it to the manufacturer, you have to be honest about what's happened. Most warranties don't cover water damage, and it's no good saying, "My phone's not working and I don't know why." They put things inside the phone that tell them it's been in water, so they'll know you aren't telling the truth. Anyway, good luck and take care of your phones.